Montoya coming back on the outside was the leader. Junior took it away, but Montoya's flying back to the front, Krista, with a lot of help from Jimmie Johnson.
That's right, Mike. And Juan Pablo Montoya has always been good at Talladega. He said he was surprised with the pole, thought his car was about a top 5 in qualifying. He wasn't really even following it as hard as he should have been, he said, because he was ordering windsurfing equipment. I guess this is a little like windsurfing. You wait for that big wave, sit on your board, wait for it to come in, and then just drop into that 30-footer. They said Juan is doing a great job right now.
Uh-oh. Suddenly, Juan has no friends. What happened?
But what was amazing, talking about windsurfing, that push that Jimmie Johnson gave him down into turn 3 the last time was over 203 miles per hour.
But Jimmy left him. He just went around him and left him, and now Juan is running 15.
Yeah, dropped him like a hot potato.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll work with you. As long as you can help me, I'll help you.
And I tell you, there's a lot of guys right now, I guarantee you, and Kyle just made me realize that, Busch, in the middle right there in the 18 car, they're playing around a little bit. How far back do I get, and then how quickly can I get back to the front? Dale Earnhardt used to be the master of that. He'd fall all the way to the back of the pack, then see how long it took him to get back to the front.
They're gathering data for later on in the race.
A couple of those fellas, though, are in danger of losing the lead draft, and they include Biffle and Carl Edwards.
Junior was in danger of losing the whole race car just then. He was wobbling down into turn 1. I thought he was going to go around, but he saved it. They're getting just a little bit braver all the time. They've always been bold. Now they're getting brave.
Oh, Keselowski took Junior right down below the line.
You know what? I
think you're right, Darrell. Now, Junior blended back up right about where he was running. But the James Finch car for Keselowski, which is a car purchased from Hendrick Motorsports, power plant and all, now slips to the back of the pack.
But that car's been kind of slow. That's what happened to the 83 and the 11 earlier. They ran up on him and didn't have anywhere to go.
Here's another look at what happened when Dale Jr. and Brad Keselowski got together.
One outsider.
I believe you'll see they kind of both go the same way at the same time.
The 12. There's nothing in front of that 09.
I think the 09 was trying to get out of the way.
You're good. You're good.
See a little bit of debris on the right front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. there below the bumper, but I don't think that's in front of really no grill opening right now. I don't think there's any danger.
Probably a piece of tape or
it's something very light there. We saw it floating in the air in the backstretch area.
It's a tear off, Mike.
A windshield tear.
Yeah, it's off of one of the cars. It's not going to hurt a thing right there.
He can get up close to somebody and the air will take that right off.
Sam Hornish Jr. in a 77 car. He gets credit for leading that lap right there.
How about Hornish? Had his best career finish last week, has his best career start in NASCAR right here, and now he's got a chance to lead this race. Matt.
And Mike, one reason why Dale Jr. a few laps ago was ducking down to the inside and then also trying to get some clean air. His water temperature had climbed just above 260 degrees. He told his team, that's why I've been trying to move around, trying to get it to come back down in the temperature.
Well, here comes Hornish, and he's got the whole pack in his mirror.
These cars can run that hot. 260 degrees is not a problem as long as it doesn't start shooting water out of it. With the sealed pressure, the system they have on this water, on the radiators now, that's not a problem.
Hamlin's got to run on the outside.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin was getting quite a push from that 31 car of Jeff Burton and David Rudem in that 00 car. Hornish did get credit for leading that lap there.
29 lead changes among 17 drivers so far. We're not even halfway.
Looking back at David Strimian, the 12 car, one of the cars that had to start at the rear of the field, actually blew an engine qualifying.
Boy, Jimmie Johnson just took the 77 car Hornish into the turn so fast. We got a caution, guys.
Yep, debris in the back straightaway.
They went into third turn so fast, Hornish just washed up the racetrack.
Now, Stremme was trying to get to Hornish. The 12 and the 77 are teammates for Roger Penske, along with Kurt Busch. What a great run for Sudden Sam here at Talladega. This will be the 5th caution flag of the day. The caution flag was for debris on the backstretch Denny Hamlin picks up 3 spots coming out of the pits, and once again Elliott Sadler's crew with a bit of contrary strategy puts him right back up in the thick of things.
It was interesting what that 19 did, Kevin Buskirk. They changed left sides only that time.
Good bit of damage still to Kyle Busch. That's back from the crash at lap number 8, the first one of the day. And there's a look at Sadler, who comes out second. Let's go downstairs for an AT&T race break.
Thanks, Mike. And top of the hour, 4 Eastern, 3 Central local time. We've already had 30 lead changes in this race. That's the most of any race this year. We have a long way to go. The big one already hit on lap 7. Matt Kenseth, who's worked himself back in, but he took out points leader Jeff Gordon. At least 14 cars involved. Jeff gets back in the race. Mark Martin involved there. But look at the onboard view of Jimmy Johnson somehow surviving through this. We've had some tremendous saves already in this race. Look at Michael Waltrip somehow hanging on. And Kurt Busch, some damage on his car to start with, but Kurt's with a spectacular save. And right now, we have only seen one driver, as Chad Knaus, having a little fun cooling off. Temperature in the 80s. Only 2 drivers have had consecutive lap leads. And that's Kyle Busch, who had 13 straight laps. So lead changes, guys moving from front to the back. How about this recent round of pit stops under our 5th caution?
Well, right now you've seen some of the guys that have been running in the back of the pack. Some of them elected just to come get gas, and they're back at the head of the pack, like Joe Nemechek. I mean, Joe knows what he's doing. He's at the front of the pack right now. But guys like Elliott Sadler, all of a sudden you see the 18 car of Kyle Busch. They're working on his race car, trying to get it better. He's making some repairs to that rear bumper. I think he's probably feeling like I'm giving up a little bit aerodynamically, and they're trying to figure out whether to pull it off or what they've got to do to get it to where this car can run up front like he really wants it to. But the key thing is right now, I want to remind you one thing. We talked about at the beginning of this race. You got to be thinking. You got to have some patience, and you got to be lucky. And so far, I think you've seen examples of all 3 of those.
Well, Kyle Busch in Saturday's race, remember, he would drop to the back of the pack, got back up in front in a matter of time. Didn't mean much. And I want to ask you about the strategy of Carl Edwards, for example. It seems like he's been hanging back. Is that strategy? Is he figuring things out on his car?
I really think he's trying to play a little bit on a patient game right now to see whether or not it'll pay off at the end, trying to conserve, keep that car as clean as possible. And then when he gets later in the race, Chris, we still got 101 laps to go in this race. I mean, you still have to figure out what you're going to do next.
Carl hoping for that Claritin Clear restart, which we'll get to in a moment. But today, NASCAR fans celebrated KFC's new grilled chicken launch by attempting to break the world record for the largest chicken dance performance. That's Colonel Sanders, not Ben Altop, who works here in the Hollywood Hotel. And don't forget to get a free piece of grilled chicken tomorrow and taste the unfried side of KFC. Look at Drano, one of our ace cameramen who likes to, you say food with Drano and he'll dance. The chicken dance. Did we set the world record? I believe we did. We needed you one more. 150,000.
I was trying to do it here. I mean, I was something about, but people get confused. I'm talking about you.
I'm too chicken to dance. You turned it into like a bad wedding reception. Today, NASCAR fans can vote at AT&T. Text the car number for the pit crew you think will be the fastest and most valuable to the race. 2258 is where you text the AT&T Fastest Pit Crew of the Year award, delivered by AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. Kyle Busch has led the most laps so far, followed by Dale Earnhardt Jr. Mike?